Welcome back to another video. And like we always do today, we're going to be making some more baits. And as you can tell, we've got a bunch of plastisol, and we also have two different molds. We've got our 3 worm molds, and then we've got one of our crayfish molds. I think that's my first time making crayfish on this channel, actually. And the color we're going to be using is a little bit of green and black, because I'm running low on those. So it's kind of like a green pumpkin, just at least a variant of it. I know some people use red, some people use just the black, maybe the black and red, maybe just the red. But I'm going to be using the black today for both the worms and the crayfish. So yeah, let's throw that in a microwave and get that ready. But before we start it up, I want to show you guys our grubs from the last video. Now they're a little bit light because they just came out of the water, so the water makes them lighter because they just tend to absorb it. So they'll darken in the next few days. But there's the baits we made in the last video. So if you didn't check that video out, definitely go check that out. That was one of the cooler videos I made. I was making baits. My girlfriend came up with the color idea and then got AI to kind of just put it into baits. And yeah, I tried to copy it as best as I could. And I think I did pretty good. Right here doesn't look the best, but like I said, once they darken up, it's going to look a lot nicer. But yeah, I was super happy with how these turned out. And these look like super cool baits. I want to actually maybe keep a few for myself and try them out. But anyways, let's focus on this, make some baits, and yeah, we'll get our plastic up to temperature, and then we'll be able to start with our worms. Okay, we got our plastic out of the microwave, out of gel phase, so we're ready for our colorant. I'm going to start with our green, and then I'll probably end up adding a few drops of our black, just because I like my green a little bit darker than what comes out with this colorant. I like mine kind of like an army green, and this tends to make kind of almost like a lime green. Even this, it kind of looks darker, or kind of looks, yeah, darker than a lime green, but once it all turns out, it's normally pretty close to lime, maybe a little bit darker, but I like to have that, like I said, almost like army green. I think it looks really nice, especially with the black flake as well. So that's probably good with for our green there. Ooh, and then okay, well, we were recording and we were putting in our green, and then it stopped recording. All we really did, you didn't miss too much. All I really did after that was add in 3 drops of black to darken it up. And I might add a few more drops just to give it the army green that I like. There you go. We'll do 2 more drops. Because like I was saying, black really darkens it up quick. So I do not want to add too much. I think that's pretty good there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. So now we're around, what do we got? We got a little more than 3 cups of plastisol. So let's add our black flake now to our plastisol. Do the normal amount I normally do for this. That's probably good there. So let's stir that up, and then we can take a look, see if we want to add any more. I think recently I've been adding in a little bit more flake than I normally do, but I've been liking that. I've been liking the baits with, ooh, look at that. I've been liking the baits with more flake. So I think that's pretty good there. I think I like that. That's a good amount of flake. So we'll throw that in the microwave one more time, get that up to heat, and then we can go into the mold. And like I said, we've got 2 baits today. We've got our worms and then also our crayfish. Crayfish will be exciting because I haven't made those on this channel yet. And I don't think I've made our green and black on this channel yet, so that'll be new as well. These ones always turn out super cool. But yeah, let's get that up to temperature and then let's make our baits. And there we go. I think those all actually turned out pretty good. And just judging on the look of these right here, I think we've got a pretty good green. So I think we'll be good with that. Yeah, they all felt like they turned out. Plastisol was pretty high. I didn't have any, or the temperature was pretty high on them. I didn't have any, well, you can see here, but I didn't have much cooling happening, so it was super easy to go in. But yeah, let's get these some time to set, and then we can check out our baits. Okay, let's check out our baits here. Let's start off with our crayfish. I haven't made these on the channel yet. And yeah, that looks good. I like that green. The nice army green. These actually didn't sell very good for my first few years. These were one of the first molds I got. Obviously I got the worms first, but these were one of my older molds. And yeah, the first few years I didn't get very many, and then somebody actually bought them this year, and they started catching like absolute like tanks on them. I think in like a week or 2 weeks, I had 3 6-pound bass caught on these, and then that obviously really helped to get these sold. So these have been selling great since they've just started getting these ones, and also our brown and black ones. They both got lit up by big bass this year. And then we got our worms. Yeah, those look super nice. I really like the dark green with those black flake. It looks super nice. These sold super well this year too. I don't even think I have any in stock actually. These ones as well. Yeah, those look really good. And our last ones right there. Yeah, they all look like they turned out. We'll have to check again, but those look pretty good. I'm not sure about this one. But yeah, that looks pretty good. So we got those 3, and yeah, our crayfish. So we're gonna keep going with this. I need 4 crayfish to make a pack. I think I'll probably only make 1 pack of crayfish for today because I don't have an order or anything. Just making sure we're all stocked up. But some exciting news. Not 100% sure if we're gonna get in there yet, but I'm hoping. I'd like to get in by the end of this week. We might be getting in the Toronto International Sportsman, not showcase, but it's basically like a show. So if you like hunting and fishing, you go there, and I'm hoping I get a spot there because that would be amazing. Last year, almost 50,000 people went. It's a 4-day event in Toronto, and I would love to get in there, sell some of my baits, and just meet a whole bunch of people. They got some big names there. I'd love to just interact with some people, even just the customers. To talk to them would be super cool. But yeah, if I do get in there, expect some very, very, very heavy videos coming your way because I'm gonna need a ton of baits for that. The most I've ever made. I'll probably need to buy an extra 2 pails of plastisol just to be able to make all the worms that I want to make. So if I get in there, I'm going to be super busy this winter. But yeah, hopefully I can get in there this week, or at least know and have it paid for. Yeah, hopefully I can get in there because that'll be super exciting. And if I do, like I said, it's going to be a super busy winter. So be ready for a lot of bait making content. But let's check these out, and then we can keep these baits rolling. All right, there we go. There's another one. I think those should all turn out. I think this one's all right. We'll have to check though. It felt like it went in pretty good until the very end, but that could just be the top. You can see like a little bit of bubbles there, but that's just from us getting low on plastisol and it reaching the bottom. Yeah, that felt pretty good. I'm trying to do it quicker now because the obviously it's getting colder, so the plastisol is gonna cool down quicker. So I'm just trying to get it from out of the injector and into the mold as fast as possible, just to ensure like it doesn't cool in the mold. Because once it cool, or sorry, in the injector, because once it cools in the injector, it's really hard to work with it if it's starting to turn into kind of like a gel. But yeah, let's let these set and then we can check them out after. Okay, let's check out these baits here. We'll save this one here for last, the one that might not have turned out. We got our crayfish again. Yeah, they turned out. Sometimes we have problems with the crayfish with like just these little thin parts, the legs, and then also the like their claws. But no, these look like they turned out pretty cool. So I've got these big ones of the crayfish, and then I'm also somewhere down there. I've also got a smaller one. But these are the ones that I've been making. These are ones that have been catching big fish. So yeah, we're gonna be making these for the vendors market, and then hopefully the like Toronto Sportsman show. If I can get in there, that would be awesome. Yeah. So we got those there. And then down there. Check out these ones quick. A little bit blue there. Those look good. Those ones there. They look good. And then we'll see if these ones actually turned out or not. Yeah, they look like they did. These ones look like they turned out. So yeah, let's just keep this rolling. Throw those in the buckets, check them out, make sure they're good, and then we can make up some more baits. There we go. Those all felt really good. So those should all turn out there. Those all felt, yeah, those all felt pretty good. So yeah, let's keep that going. I think my black colorant is like broken the actual bottle. I was using it earlier, and before you have to squeeze, but now it's just kind of coming out. So I don't actually know if I have another black. Hopefully I do, because it's one of the most used colors. If not, I gotta buy a new one. I'll probably buy one of the big ones. Yeah, let's let these set, and then we can come back and check them out. Pretty confident they'll all be good. Yeah, after this, we'll probably run one more just so I have one pack of the crayfish, and then however many worms, that's all right. We'll have more plastisol. I think we'll probably be able to do one more after that, but I'll just leave it there for this video. All right, let's check these out here. Show with the crayfish as always. Yeah, that looks good. The biggest thing for these crayfish is just making sure, like I said before, the legs turn out, and yeah, those look good. Our worms there, yeah, those look good too. Is there? Get closer look at these ones. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with the amount of plastisol that we put in there. I think it looks pretty good. And then, or not plastisol, what am I talking about? The flake, that's what I meant. Yeah. And there's those there. Yeah, I really like that. I think I might try. Wait a second. Let me check. I have red flake on it. Yeah, I do. I think maybe next time I'll do a black with red flake. I think that would be pretty cool. Actually, yeah, I think I'll do one more batch and then I might actually just save the like bottom layer of that instead of throwing it out. Or not throwing it out. Like I reuse all the old plastisol, just put it in, remelt it, and make baits out of it. But I think I might actually just keep that and then add in more plastisol and put in some red flake. We'll have to add a little bit more black, but yeah, I think that would be cool. For especially for if we can get into the Toronto showcase. To be able to have multiple versions of green pumpkin would be super cool. Because green pumpkin is green and red, I believe, is what a lot of people do. I just really like the green and black look. So I've always done that, but I'm pretty sure green and red is another one of the green pumpkin combos. But I think it would look super cool if I did the green, black, and red. Might try that out. I've just never been a fan of the green and red for mine because I don't know, they're just like all Christmas colors. So I always thought it would look weird. I actually haven't tried it. I've seen them and they look cool, but I actually haven't tried it with mine because yeah, like I said, I really like to have that army green with my green baits more than anything. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. So yeah, we'll run one more batch and then that should be it for this video. But yeah, like I said, let's do one more. We'll do the last crayfish for a pack. And then what's that? 12 more worms. So yeah, we'll keep these baits rolling. That's that. And that'll be our last batch. Yeah, those all felt like they turned out too. It definitely started to get cold. The injector was, as you can probably see, it was getting hard to use. Very end, yeah, that's already cool. Sometimes the injector just cools too fast when it goes in the plastisol and then it comes out, it's already exposed to the air and it's just that really thin layer of plastisol. So that can cool really quickly and make it pretty difficult to work with your bait. So I just tried to move as fast as I could and I think it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they all look pretty good. Yeah, we'll get those time to set and then we can check and see if they're actually good.